Okay, a while back, John Cena mentioned his days are numbered, which is true. He's been going strong for well over a decade. I think it makes sense for him to kind of detach a little bit from the WWE. He does have the starring role in the Bumblebee movie. Yes, he will be in a spin-off prequel of a successful franchise. Kind of like The Rock with Scorpion King. From what I've seen John in movies, especially in the E films, he's good at running away from things that are exploding and yelling lines of dialogue. If you pair him up with a woman who has virtually no dialogue and is there just for looks, that's like 2/3 of Michael Bay films. Alright, here's an explosion, CGI stuff going on around you, grunt look manly, you stand there, you read the script. Why? You've got no dialogue in this. Nikki Bella, or whoever they pick. So it makes sense. His body's going to start wearing down hard in that ring, but it's not already beat up. So it makes sense having him do other things, whether it's American Grit, host of the Today Show, or whatever he wants to do. Be in Sharknado 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be in a Machete film. I mean, he's got the range. Things already in Daddy's Home 2. So, he can do that. He's got comedic chops, he's got acting chops. If he wants to do a little bit of that on the side, work some big money matches here at the E, works for all sides. That having been said, I like the fact that he's like, I'm going to feud with AJ Styles for the US title. I want that. That will elevate that title tremendously. I want to see Cena Corbin. I think that elevates Corbin tremendously. Even with that, Corbin can lose to Cena, and it's fine. Because he's still the Money in the Bank holder. So we know he's going to become champion later. But it gives him that exposure that he kind of needs to seem like a threat to whoever the champion is. Especially Shinsuke Nakamura was fine. It wasn't like his matches with AJ, which is sad, because Shinsuke is a phenomenal talent. They just, I don't know, it seemed like their styles just didn't mesh well. There was the injured exploder suplex, and I was like, the match it's just okay. I felt like it needed something extra to it. It just wasn't there. There wasn't enough build up to it, so it just happened. You're like, oh, okay. There's a dream match right there, we just saw it, and it was fine. I'd like to see him again feud with Kevin Owens. If you were to beat Kevin Owens for the US title, that could work too. Maybe feud with Sami Zayn for a little bit. There are a lot of guys who I think could use a John Cena match to get them a little bit more exposure. Because I think now John's finally at the point where if you have a good match with him, knowing that he said, if he's got 20 matches left in him, you're one of those 20. You're going to be that one of the last guys he fought was blank. If you put on a solid match with him, now to use the elder statesman role really, really means something now. Not like made the US Open where he's going to have an awesome match with somebody. You're like, well, who do you get the payoff with? Has Cesaro been the one to take the title off of him? Cesaro been ridiculously elevated. Same with the Del Rio, and they wasted all of it. He had a good match. He had a great match with Rusev. Their flag match, just because it was a flag match, was just horrible. We do have the collision course. Cena and Reigns. Probably at WrestleMania. Probably for a title. It's one of the last few big matches. If you haven't realized it by now, Reigns is the person who's going to take over. He's going to be the guy on everything. Like him or hate him, you know what he is. He's the guy who's going to take the reins. Pun intended. And I know fans are like, no, it should be Ambrose, it should be Zayn, it should be Styles, it should be Nakamura, it should be Mike Kanellis. No, it's Mike Kanellis. There's a whole lot of people that they'd really rather see it be, but let's be honest, it's going to be Reigns. Cena Strowman could be a unique match. Would he actually put Strowman over? Cena Balor. There's enough good small mini feuds that if he just wants to work a couple matches here and there a month, it's like, oh, well, we got a big money market thing going on? Where at? I'll do a match over in China. Sure, why not? Madison Square Garden? Sure, match Madison Square Garden. Sure, why not? Yeah, if you want to use him sparingly, sure. If you want to have him show up, have a big match. If he wants to work the Royal Rumble to SummerSlam time, take some time off in August, cool. Nothing wrong with that. Work a feud from, Royal Rumble. Have that feud end at WrestleMania. Take a month off. Come back, start a feud with the guy. Have it end at SummerSlam. He's earned that spot. He has. Should we be jaded as fans? No. Because when he comes back up, as much as the crowd chants John Cena sucks and all his music, you can tell he's almost hit that term of endearment, like when Kurt Angle pops in, people say the chant the "you suck" bit. I think that the amount of hatred towards John is diminished greatly because we don't see him as much. And sometimes we're like, John Cena sucks. He's getting along with it, yeah. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. It's ingrained in the personality now. So if he's got 15 matches left in him, I see that John pick his opponent. Who he wants to put over? That's someone that he thinks can do it in the back office thinks can do it. Do I think we might have a couple of years of WrestleManias out left of him? Yeah, sure. I mean, look at how long Taker went after he was pretty much done. We might have maybe up to... See, we're at WrestleMania Florida Lee's next year. After that, maybe it'll be in Minnesota. So that's 3, 4... Since I quit doing years now, it's much more difficult. So we probably have maybe 3 more WrestleManias of John Cena. Pending any sort of injury. So maybe we've got 2-3 years of part-time John, with us getting more and more part-timiness. Heat of the night for WrestleMania, challenge the champion, and then leave. I would totally see him pull The Rock. Show up, be like, I'm taking on you for that title. Next WrestleMania. This is an open challenge. I'm coming for a belt. And John could be like, here's the titles that have eluded me. And you could go for it. I've never been a Universal Champion. If I win it again, or any big title, I'm greatest of all time. You know what? I'm also tied with Ric Flair for U.S. Championship runs. Maybe I take a shot at that. Who wants to tag with John Cena and go after a tag belt? Maybe John drops a bunch of weight, like 100 pounds. Like, you know what? John Cena's going to cut weight and come after that cruiserweight title. Maybe he asks him to host a King of the Ring title championship, so you can win that. There's very little left for him to do in his career. Might as well start picking your shots, picking the guys you want to work with them. Elevate their careers. Have them have a really solid match. If John Cena lays down for him, awesome. If he doesn't lay down for him, you know what? He's at that spot where it doesn't feel like he's trying to bury somebody if he puts on a really sick match with them.